Hello everyone, today I will tell you about a horror movie in which people summon a demon in the form of a clown who craves to hunt humans. You are on the channel Rewatch, and this is a recap of the movie The Jack in the Box Awakening. A well-to-do middle-aged lady was struck by a deadly illness. Unwilling to die, Olga asks her son to find the very first box with a jumping clown on the black market. When the desired item is in her room, she asks everyone to leave and opens the box. A young girl named Amy arrives at the Marsdale mansion and is greeted by Edgar Marsdale. The young man tells her about his mother's severe illness and then introduces her to her duties. Amy is hired as a housekeeper. After familiarizing herself with the rules and conditions of the job, she signs the contract. Later, Edgar brings breakfast to his mother. Seeing bloodstains in her room, he drops the tray. The woman tells him that the person who sold them the box has died. Olga insists that the box is connected to something supernatural. Upon opening the lid, she released a demon. If given what he desires, the demon can completely heal her. She tells her son that she needs to offer 6 victims to the demon. Olga asks Edgar for help. Considering the seller's death, they only need to lure 5 more people. The woman asks him to find more people. The young man is frightened and thinks it's inhumane and wrong, but after a brief persuasion, he agrees with his mother. In the evening, Amy unpacks her things and meets Janet and Frank, who also work at the Marsdale house. The girl learns that there are no phones, computers, or internet in the house. Mobile connection is also absent. While the servants pass the evening playing chess, Edgar takes the box out of the house. When everyone falls asleep, Frank and Janet sneak into the barn to make love. Constant creaks and rustles make the girl nervous, and she asks the young man to reschedule the date. Left alone, Frank hears someone closing the barn door from the outside. This is Edgar, who is trying to help his mother by bringing the next victim to the box. The mechanism of the box activates, and the clown-faced demon emerges.
Open the door! Janet!
He pierces the guy with a sharp blade and drags him into the box. The rotating mechanism moves to number 2. Edgar, having witnessed this, returns to his room, tormented by guilt. Entering his mother's chambers, the young man notices that she feels much better. Olga can now get out of bed on her own. Seeing this, Edgar promises her that he will finish what they started. In the morning, Amy tries to find Frank, knocks on his room door, but gets no response. Entering the kitchen, Edgar tells her that the cook had to leave the mansion urgently. Slightly surprised, the girl resumes her work. Over breakfast, Olga tells her son about the box. Many years ago, she found the diary of its creator. The diary contained information that the box was built to contain the strongest demon named Jack Estomaro. He grants wishes to those who free him, but for this, he needs sacrifices to maintain his human form. The demon hides in the guise of the very first and famous clown, Didier Dubois. The man lived with constant voices in his head telling him to kill his family. Jack Estomaro first takes over the mind, then grows inside a person like a cancerous tumor, completely taking over their body. Dubois wanted to exorcise the demon, but it was too late. Jack had gained too much power. To protect his family and others, he asked to be locked in the box forever. The creator of the box dreamed of having a son. When enough time had passed for Jack to fully control Dubois, the man made a deal. The demon was released, and he collected his victims. The first deal was made, and the creator of the box received his reward, a child. The conversation is interrupted by a doorbell. Stacy, the girl Edgar secretly dates in town, arrives at the mansion. During his last visit, he told her what was happening. When she went to the kitchen, he saw evidence on her phone that she was cheating on him. The young man grabs his girlfriend and drags her to the attic, bringing the same box there. Before leaving the girl alone with the demonic box, Edgar explains why he is doing this. After this, a giant clown emerges from the box and takes Stacy's eyes, leaving her to suffer. Returning to the house, the young man witnesses a conversation among servants. Janet tells Amy how once Edgar got drunk and told her why they fled America. The head of the Marsdale family was a drinker and often hit his wife. One day, when Edgar was 12, he couldn't take it anymore and killed his father. Olga did everything to divert suspicion from her son, framing her brother, and they fled the country. Hearing the girls laugh at his weakness and dependence on his mother, Edgar decides who to offer to the box next. At an opportune moment, the young man spikes Amy's drink. In the evening, she is overcome by vomiting and her condition worsens. Seeing a huge clown in the corridor, she falls down the stairs. The frightened girl is caught by Janet, who claims her and puts her to bed. In the morning, when Edgar brings breakfast to the girl, she informs him that she wants to leave the mansion. The young man suggests that Amy rest a bit and not make any hasty decisions. He even calls a doctor, assuring her that he will get her back on her feet in no time. Before examining the patient, Edgar gives Dr. Clark some pills, asking him to prescribe them to the girl. However, at the last moment, the doctor simply prescribes rest and leaves his business card. Downstairs, an argument ensues between the men. Clark intends to tell Amy everything, and in response, Edgar starts threatening the doctor. The doctor throws a few harsh words and prepares to leave, but the mansion gates are closed. The doctor returns to the house, but the young master lures him into the barn and locks the door. The demon emerges from the box and kills the doctor, dragging him into his abode. After this, the rotating mechanism moves to the number 4. Entering his mother's room, Edgar sees her by the window. The woman is standing firmly on her feet. He promises her that everything will be over today and that they will be able to escape afterward. In the evening, Janet tells Amy that she saw Edgar giving the doctor money and some pills. The girl realizes that something is wrong in the house. Checking their belongings, they see that the gate keys are missing. Amy is determined to escape from the mansion, and Janet supports her friend's decision. The search for the key leads her to the basement. The box activates and takes the poor girl as the 5th victim. Packing her things, Amy notices the doctor's business card. Flipping it over, she sees a warning message. Realizing she is in danger, the girl goes to find Janet. Seeing her severed hand near the box, she immediately escapes from the basement. Edgar is already searching for her in the house. Waiting until the young man enters her room, she locks him inside. Sneaking into the office, Amy finds the key to the gate but doesn't manage to leave. Olga, who has regained her strength, attacks her, stabbing her in the stomach with a letter opener. Sensing blood, Jack slowly emerges from the box. Taking advantage of the woman's confusion, Amy retaliates and wounds her. The girl, crazed, stabs Olga again and again. Running out to the staircase, she sees Jack. Wounded, Amy tries to hide from the bloodthirsty demon. The lights in the house go out. She hears the approaching growl but still manages to get outside. Edgar, finally breaking down the door, runs to his mother's body. Amy, using her last bit of strength, runs to the gates, managing to slip out to freedom just seconds before the demon catches her. Jack returns to the house and takes his final victim, Edgar himself. The condition of the deal are fulfilled. As soon as the box closes and the mechanism moves to number 6, Olga comes back to life. She's about to start a new life, but was she ready to pay such a high price? Don't forget to like and share your thoughts on this recap. See you soon.